multiple times for a career organization, but this time, Cuivi, I think, gave him a day last week and said, hey, we want you guys to be there, please try, and then, yeah, he will be there.
I just flew over you guys coming back from Tanzania, so. Long, I know how long the trip is.
It is all right.
Ustedes en el consulado de México, right? Would you introduce them?
Well, we're from the Mexican consulate here in Tucson, especially to, we're very grateful of the action, of the collaboration.
And we have some people from LULAC, from Phoenix. Would you introduce yourselves? I know who you are, but it's.
Thank you for the invitation, Dr. Arnold. I'm the state director for LULAC of Arizona, and this is Mari, and Mari is, do you want to introduce?
Deputy Director for Elderly with LULAC, State of Arizona, from Avondale, Arizona. Thank you for having us.
This is your home too. You have a little office down here for the state office. So,
I'm an associate at Harold Davis, Mark Holcomb, local advertising agent. Been working in the Hispanic community with Harold Davis and the t-shirts.
well, thank you.
I'm Genoveva Diaz. I am the president of the Fundación Honoris Causa Tucson. And so we are an organization that brings traditions and celebrations of Mexico to promote them in the United States.
If you don't believe it, ring the bell on the way out.
Yes, don't forget to ring the bell. That is right there at the entrance.
Well, we have somebody kind of interesting next. Somebody that applied for a position, didn't get it because she withdrew, but we found out she does a lot of other good things in the community. Would you introduce you and your partner tonight?
Hello, my name is Dorothy Roque. We do outreach within our church, and we also work with Ppep with the Be3 Pima Youth Program that our son is in. We're all about serving and just helping anybody when we can, and just getting resources to people. So thank you for having us here, Dr. Arnold. And this is Jose Santos, my husband, and him too, the same thing. So we're just, love doing outreach and serving the community.
I see someone with a bow tie back there. No, it's yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Charles Williams. I'm the Executive Director of Arizona Virtual Academy and Inside Academy of Arizona. Nice to be here.
A great partner going back to what, 2004 or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yes sir, yeah, 20 years.
And actually, we got to handle $30,000 the other day when we were back in Virginia. You got an award. Tell us about the award.
So yeah, our school, Arizona Virtual Academy, has the highest scores for kindergarten to third grade when it comes to reading out of all 62 schools in the Stride neighborhood. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Moving to the next table, let's see. There's you right there.
Hi, I'm Alexander Lewis. I am the current board chairman for the Tucson Indian Center, and we were invited to come out and attend this meeting.
And we have a long-term relationship with you, Jacob, and,
Yeah.
and all the folks there. We're welcome. We have a First American Services Board. We meet at 4 o'clock. Next time, we'll make sure you get invited to that. We're an advocacy group. Actually, Berlin Jose was one of our first chairmen, and he will become him. We have now Chico Valencia, who is actually with the Yaqui Pasco tribe. Okay, over here next.
My name is Angelina Lewis, and I'm currently the Chief Administrative Officer for Chairman Berlin Jose and Vice Chairwoman Carla Johnson.
Thank you. Over here.
Good evening, my name is Janae Juan Mayo. I am a traditional Ockham leader. I travel with Chairman Jose as an assistant, but I also represent Coastal Valley community.
I think we met you before.
Yes.
And with Maritza, you have your husband here from the fire department in Rio Rico? Yeah.
No doubts.
And who else is, oh, Lisa. Yes. Watson is our lead teacher at Ppep. would you introduce our three very, very special young guests?
Yes, so these three young men are from our night school program. This is Sky Romero, Jesus Ruiz, and Salvador Romero. And they're also, I call them the three co-captains of our basketball team. We have a basketball team that is emerging and growing, and we hope to, you know, gather more people and go Pumas, right?
We had at our Mars board meeting, actually, our director from Ghana. And we operate in Ghana, one of the top men's football teams. We won a number of tournaments. And one time, Anaya and I were playing volleyball in our front yard and came back 2 years later and everybody else was playing. They made their nets out of the vines, out of the jungle. And now they have the largest women's tournaments. So lots of good stuff happening with our youth. And someone said when on my recent trip to Liberia was that we are known as an organization that is a lighthouse, a beacon for the youth. And you look around all the work that we do, the youth build, the schools, the work with K-12, you can see what we're talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and, before I lose my voice.
Again, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Ppep board meeting. Now I would like everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National anthem.
Are you introduced?
Yes.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much.
Remain standing for the national anthem.
Short.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, everyone. Erica Brown Hurd. Present. Maria Chavez.
She's present, but she's at home. She's on Zoom.
Yes, and I see her. Paul Dia. Thank you. Kerwin B. Brown. Okay.
Ricardo Castro Salazar.
Present.
Arnold Palacio.
Present.
Thank you. Madam President, we do have a quorum. Thank you. I will now take roll, the PRBDC. Celestino Fernandez.
Present.
Gloria Williams.
Here.
Paul Appleby.
Here.
David Rivera.
Present.
And Linda Daly. Present. Mr. President, we have 100% attendance.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is our traditional prayer.
Good evening. I know many of the faces here, some new faces. Thank you for being here with us tonight. If you don't mind, nobody objects, I'd like to light some sage and pass it around, and you can partake of it if you like, but if not, just pass it on. But if anybody objects to religious reasons or asthma or anything, just let me know, raise your hand, and we can do this later. So, no objection. My name is Gabriel Yaiba. I come from the Navajo Nation and also from the Hopi tribe. I come from the Reed Arrow people and born for the Eagle Clan. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here this evening when Dr. Arnold asked if I would share some words to honor and recognize Mr. Verlin Jose. I was more than honored to come down. I'd been battling a cold for nearly 3 weeks, so I ask you guys for your patience and understanding in trying to deliver this honor song for our brother and great leader at the Dana Akan people. Definitely want to give an acknowledgement of the lands that we are on, this traditional area that we are present at this evening, that of the Pascua Yaqui and of the Dana Akan Nation. And I'll sing a brief song and then say a few words. Thank you. And this song is called, it's an honor song that was given to me by Dakota Red Day from the Sepidon Sioux tribe. hey, oh, hey, 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 oh. Thank you. Equal action, Verlin Jose, Jono, Nagado, do Ppep, Dr. Arnold, do Alex Goegi, First Americans Resource Services and Board Chair. Thank you all, and I ask for continued blessings and prayers of this organization, and to you, big brother, Verlin Jose, you know, continue the good work you've been doing for our people. I've known you for many years and consider you an older brother, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here to acknowledge you and your administration. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank him for that tradition of prayer. We enjoy sharing our traditions with each other. Okay, next item on the agenda is the minutes from the last board meeting. Do we have any questions or any corrections to be made on those minutes from the October 23rd board meeting? Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Maria. Has been moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Minutes. Minutes have been approved. Thank you.
Yes, I have a couple items that we need action on. The first one is the appointment to our board of Marisa Lynn Higuera, and I would like to entertain a motion to appoint her. She's a author. She writes bilingual books for children, and also a nutrition specialist, and a lot of other.
Head Start worker too.
What's that?
He runs the Head Start program.
Yes, Head Start, absolutely. Yes, so if I'll entertain a motion to appoint her to our board.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to appoint her to our board.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Was that Paul?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Okay, it's unanimous. Welcome, Marisa.
Thank you very much.
And then the second item is the approval of the minutes of the October 29th meeting. Any corrections there? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
Thank you, Paul. Second?
Second.
Okay, yes, Linda, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you.
Okay, now for the meat of the whole program, we will have our CEO report. Okay.
So the CEO report's really not the CEO report. It's all the departments of Ppep. I don't know of any NGO or nonprofit organization that has a more comprehensive board meeting. We present this particular report, and it takes a whole month for everybody to put together. And I hope that you take an opportunity to look at it. There's pictures, if you don't like to read, the pictures tell the story. You do need to see. This organization is more diverse than any one you will find on the planet. And so this is why this report is so very important. And we send it out early so you can take a look at the work that we're doing. So I want to thank all the members of the staff that put this together. And it is our report card to you. So if you haven't read it, you go back home tonight and take a look at it and see what great work is being done. When we went to Liberia, my wife and I, 3 weeks ago, at the invitation of President of Liberia, who was a longtime friend of ours, it was made mention that Ppep, of all the organizations they worked with, they'd never seen one more diverse, more compassion, not limiting the compassion to any certain border. and that we were a beacon for the youth. And so when you consider the work that we do, the soccer teams, the volleyball teams, all the work that we do here, we have a new basketball team here at our school. This is about our future, and our youth build projects are just tremendous. On December 2nd, down in San Luis, Arizona, our staff is up at midnight because they had to set up their booth at 1 in the morning. We receive over 9,000 farm workers that cross the border every day to work in the fields. And I saw them all bundled up, because you may think Yuma is hot, but when the sun goes down, it gets cold, and the breeze comes off the Gulf. They were out there ushering the people to the healthcare tables, making sure they got their vaccination, making sure they got their services, and they did that for 8 hours until all these people came through. And then that's something that was very emotional. I've done that several times. And to see the work and remember that the farm workers that Ppep serve, this is our mission, to improve the quality of rural life, and that includes farm workers. These are the people that toil in the fields that put the food on our table. So this is why I'm here. Now my 56 years at Ppep. Now I started 12 years before that in the church bus ministry when I was 12. I saw my first Bracero migrant workers. If you've not seen Bracero migrant workers, you walk down that hall. Those pictures are from the Smithsonian, given to us to remind us of the great work that we did in the early 50s to help these people make that transition into our society. And that's why we were portable, practical education preparation. So if you look at the report, you're going to see a number of things. And one of the things that might be of interest to you is there's a number of awards that we received. There's one from the governor. This is on page 33. The Universidad de Guadalajara, the Bomberos de Sonora. We also were down at Guadalajara at the program that was there for the human rights. We were recognized as a human rights first organization, and we were the only organization outside of Mexico. There were 4 people, and they actually had a competition. We're going to see a tiny bit of that at some point. So there's a lot of good things just to look at. Now, on page 47, this is the school. We're headed there tomorrow. We have a caravan leaving, and this is a multi-million-dollar. Jake, tell us a little about what we're going to see.
Sure, it's a brand new property that Ppep has built. It's one of our newest charter high school buildings, built as a charter high school for our high school. It's about 15,000 square foot. It's turf in the center. There's a large courtyard area, which is also covered. Has a basketball court. There's a large kitchen. It's a commercial grade kitchen inside of the school itself, and I think they're going to be doing some food handling classes and some CNA classes and things like that. Work with one of our neighboring partners. It holds up to about 204 students. In our previous location, we held up to about 130 students there, and I think their numbers are pretty close to about 170 plus currently right now. So I know their numbers are getting higher and rising. It's a brand new facility, and it's very energy efficient. LED lights the entire property, and plenty of covered parking. Has solar, ample parking. Has a great location right in downtown San Luis. Right behind our property is the Ppep Park. So it's a really nice facility, and it coincides with everything that we're doing. And we're actually going there tomorrow to do the grand opening for the facility. So, all right.
So we captured a few pictures to visualize, and we're going to show you a little bit about the trips. There were 2 trips. I actually went across the Atlantic Ocean 4 times within the last 30 days. And today I had therapy for 3 days, 3 hours to help remove all the liquid I retained by sitting in a little chair like that. And it was amazing. Tanzania is a beautiful country. It's also known as the birthing place where humanity started. So we're going to see a few little pictures here just to give you, this is the Serengeti, and then Mount Kilimanjaro is in the background. So, Michael, are you on the board here?
I am. I'm on the call.
So Michael, tell us a little bit about the history. This one project, it really didn't come from staff, it came from the board. And a group of people, or doctors that went over from our PSMA. Go ahead and tell us a little bit. Hold up the slides for a second, and let Michael give us a...
In July of 2019, we took a small team over there and we set up 4 mobile clinics basically to the Lubongo area and Fullway area. There we saw almost 100 patients every single day, treating just minor illnesses. I mean, it could have been malaria, lots of GI distress, typhoid's there, a lot of respiratory issues. We also saw malnutrition, but it was an opportunity to start something for the community. And we got to meet with the village representatives, the chiefs, and the local doctors there. And we were able to set up a kind of a collaboration. This ended up down the road leading to Ppep raising money to then build a maternity ward that's right next to one of the clinics that we were at. And then that ended up leading to an educational youth building program where funding was provided to teach youth how to construct building from the ground up, which then created new skills for these young entrepreneurs to then take their skills and make money and do jobs outside their villages and outside their communities.
That's the group of the young people that actually constructed this building. And I think, Jake, you would be opposed to having some good contractor like that.
Sure, we like good helpers, good workers.
And these young people come from some very, very remote little villages, and a couple of them were Maasai warriors. And I went to visit their village, but here, let's go through a little bit more of the slides here. And the nice thing about this, we have women that are involved in the construction. So the young ladies actually cut the ribbon. And then we had a ward, little Ppep lanyards going. And then this is out in Zanzibar. If you don't know where Zanzibar is, a spice colony that was started as one of the very centers for the trade transfer of people that were being enslaved. And this is one of the universities there, and I had a chance to talk with them. I did 4 universities, visiting them, and found out a lot of very good things that young people are thinking about in that country. Go ahead, we're going to move through this very quickly. There's some of the community leaders in the Bongo that Michael was talking about. Now, these women are Maasai. I stopped and I started teaching how to say the love sign, which you do in the deaf and mute. That's how it's communicated. And then here's some of the Maasai warriors. And they invited me back to the village, and we took this outback and walked way out in the middle of nowhere. And I even got my own stick, I guess, after the walk. But very, very happy people. But remember, these are Maasai warriors. These are the people that go to war over the cattle and things like that. So moving along. And these are the young girls that are the Maasai girl dancers. Moving along. Here's a group of them in a community meeting, and the dances that they did at the clinic. This is the little school we stopped at, and we found out the kids had been there for 5 hours waiting for us. Go back one. And so, and they were going to send them home. We finally got there, we did our thing, and then someone said they have not had water, and they have had no food. And they were going to send them home. So I said, no, we're going to go. And we went to the store. We bought out all the food we could, crackers and water and everything. And they were sitting down and having a feast with these kids. So hunger is a real issue. We operate a street academy in Ghana for kids that are just out, no place to go. So we've been a beacon of hope there. Now this young lady is actually at the university in Zanzibar, where they have a lot of spices. She's created a lot of health products. And I told them to some of the other people, we might import some of those and help get them online, because there's nothing like that that I've ever seen that have been created by one person. So that was a micro business, and we call it micro business tonight. Let's go on. This is some of the young people that we work with and train the leaders. So when we go someplace, we train the leaders, and after we're gone, we keep in touch with them through WhatsApp, but it's like the community action model. They carry on the work. The other thing is we focus in on conservation. And if you don't believe there's animals in Tanzania, there are so many elephants. I was thinking, I could only just see one more of these things. And they were more interested in us than we were in them. They were coming up to the vehicles, and so you see all the things you saw in the Lion King. Yeah. There's the zebras, and keep on going. We're just. Now these lions, there was a mom and papa, the two babies, and then mom and papa came and walked right beside the Jeep, and just like we weren't there. And it was an amazing place because you're able to see animals and being able to live and have a life and not be, caged up. And I really appreciate Tanzania for the work that they've done in all their parks. And just some of the elephants, and one elephant stopped us in the middle of the road, wanted us to see her baby, and she threw the baby in the mud, and then squirted us with mud, so that's how they get suntan. So, but they were everywhere, and there's mom with a baby that did that particular thing. So anyway, that's a little bit about it. I don't know if there's anything more, but there's a few of the different kinds of monkeys that were there, and let's move on quickly. And, birds galore. This is the crater, Ngorongoro. It's one of the largest volcanic craters in the world, millions of years ago. But the animals all live down in the bottom here, and you go up about the height of Mount Lemon, and then into the crater. And this is one of the big trees there, and moving along, and that's it. So anyway, and I'm thankful we have folks from nearby area, because we're very interested in what your country's been doing as well. And we have a dialogue going with you folks, and we'll be moving on that. So that was that, and so that's kind of the report. But please, folks, this report is very, very good. The letters from the governor, from the different plaques that we received on behalf of all of us, I think is really been outstanding. So that's about it. We do have one, is that the short video? Yeah. What happened is that I got a call from, that we were going to receive a Human Rights Award, and I wasn't sure what this was all going to be about. And I asked somebody to go check it out, and that you really need to be there. And so I went. You're going to see a little bit of the clip of the Human Rights Award that we received in Guadalajara, just Valverde. And Melody came down. She flew down from Hermosillo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿Qué le opina de la ceremonia?
Yeah, but she flew from Hermosillo.
Okay, so here we go.
En 1978 estaba con los secretarios y él me dijo que había tres temas que abordar. Uno, si se puede; otro, si se pudo, cuando lo va a lograr; y para las mujeres, si se podrá. Y así estamos.
not sure what that is, but I agree. Figure that one out. This is a beautiful palace, the mural, David Gordon. And we had a gallery, actually, we had about 20 people from the Commission, I noticed Allison there, all jumping up down, Melody, and then Alana was there, so we had a few. So I'm gonna kind of cut it here, but just give you a little bit of an idea of, why do you get awards? It's not because you get a piece of paper. We got a chance to speak about human rights. And we are on the map as one of the principal agencies that Mexico selected to give a human rights award. So it's a team effort. But as Dr. Fernandez knows and Ricardo, you guys have all been to these kind of meetings, and you know it's not about getting an award, it's about being able to talk about the reasons, right? So,
Absolutely.
so, and Ricardo, you've been through this mill as well. So when we go out and get these awards, we're doing them on behalf of everybody, but it also gives us an opportunity for us to project. So now we're seen in Mexico as a human rights organization. So we will now begin to have our grant writers actually hone in on those kind of things. We also received a grant from Polaris to do human trafficking. So we're beginning to move into a new field, and I think that's going to be an area, it's like a tree, and it gets these branches every once in a while. It's an opportunity like this event that we had in Guadalajara to actually move ourselves into a new arena. So that's, I believe it.
Moving right along. Okay, that is our CEO report. I would like to have a motion to approve the CEO report.
Chair, Paul Diaz, I so move.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, has been moved and second to accept the CEO report. All of those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes, motion carries.
Okay, I'd like to do the same for PRBDC board.
I'd like to have a motion to approve the CEO report.
Thank you, Gloria. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Paul. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, we are going to recognize two people, one a staff member and one a board member. And we want to pay tribute to them. They will both be surely missed. I know I will miss both of them. They were very dear to me. Dr. Arnold, would you like to mention the board member and our staff member?
Yes, in your book, you have the picture of myself there, so I won't show it again. But Hector Sanchez, and actually he's wearing a, from Ghana, they gave him a special award, and there he is. And Hector, I'd like to open it up to anybody that would like to speak on behalf of Hector. And I think that's the best way to do the tribute. If anybody would like to say a word about Hector, he was one of our county presidents. He was also an original organizer with Cesar Chavez over in the Imperial County area. Had a great history. He was with us for almost 45 years in one capacity or another. And we actually are building a new, reconstructing a new building. Jake, right? All this.
That's right, for the Hector Center was building.
So, yeah, tribute. Anybody like to say a word?
Well, Hector served on the tech board, and I don't think he ever missed a meeting. And when when I first joined, we joined the board. He used to drive from San Luis, and then after the meeting, we did 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something, 9:30, and he'd drive back.
8 hours.
I couldn't do that. But he was a faithful board member, the Ppep board, every meeting, even when he couldn't attend, he was on the phone. I don't think he ever missed a meeting. Yeah.
One of the things is he was also on our school board, and he would attend every graduation ceremony in every little town that we had a graduation ceremony. Hector was always there, you know.
Hey, rest in peace.
Anybody else like to say a word?
I would like to actually add to what Dr. Fernandez was saying. I work at the Ppep High School district office, and at the time, I was responsible for organizing some of those board meetings. And after the meeting, we would pack up all of the leftover food, as we have tonight. And I said, "Hey, poor Mr. Sanchez, you know, he's rushing home and he doesn't have any food, and we're packing all of this food for him." Later, I came to find out that he would take that food and he would give it out to the people in his community that were less fortunate. And it amazed me that everything he did was always for others. It was never for himself. And I will always respect him for that. And he was also a very funny man. He was very kind and very funny.
Anybody else like to say a word? The next person we have is Dr. Keith Greer. He was the lead teacher for our Alice Paul at Victoria High School in Casa Grande. And the story, as I understand, he was driving to Phoenix and not in a car, and not driving, but had a heart attack. Just one of those things you just very hard to understand. Today, Melody, you went up to see the youth today, right?
Yes, I did, sir.
How were they taking it? You gave them a little motivational talk, right?
Yes, we went to the Alice Paul High School in Casa Grande, the Learning Center. And the children there, this is the second time I visit them in the past season. But they were welcoming me so kindly. They were so excited. They had so many questions. They were excited to see also my sister, who joined me and share her story as a singer and as an artist, and sharing our story, where we come from and how we overcome many challenges has been, I think, a bit of a push-up for them, to inspire them to keep going and take education seriously, their school, their homework, and take importance of everybody that is around them, teachers, students, friends, to surround themselves with the good people so they can stay in the good track.
Thank you. Anybody else want to say a word on Keith Greer? Okay, so want to move on to the next item.
Okay, moving right along. Now we're at item number 5, where we're going to entertain our guest speakers. Dr. Arnold, would you like to introduce those speakers?
Okay, I'd be very glad to do that. Zeke, where did I first meet you, Zeke? I think at that restaurant down on Vesta on the 3 Points there. So he became one of our, he was a staff member here at Ppep, and then he also got a loan. And from then on, it's all been uphill, and he's done a lot to actually refer other people to our program, and tonight we are featuring small business, so we thought we'd let him share a little bit of his story with you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to come back home. This is what I started after leaving campaign in 2010, and to get back to work with Dr. Arnold. At that time, we came to Ppep because we had 3 refugee guys, as you guys can remember, in 2009. By the way, there are so many people I know here. Abdi is over here, one of my customers. It's tax season, but today is a very important day for me. The reason I'm here is it's my 10th anniversary taking PMHDC money, 75,000 seed money, to purchase Blackjack in 2014. So I worked at Ppep for 3 years after giving those 3 refugees employment a Tucson container. It was Mary Palma who arranged it through One Stop and Ppep and to get engaged. And then I came here to work for 3 years under Dr. Arnold. What an amazing organization. I had a 3-year plan. And at the end of that 3 years, I took the seed money from Ppep to purchase Blackjack. And I think the greatest of all, the PMHDC exceeding the loan was the technical assistant of PMHDC. At PMHDC, you fail, and then you come here, and you build your strength, you learn the ropes, and they guide you, because the ultimate goal is to be bankable, so you could have access capital with the big banks. That's exactly what happened in my case. Started the Blackjack Visa with the seed money, $50,000 for down payment, $25,000 was operating capital, and myself, my dad, and my brother, we started working. It was a failed business, and we turned it around within a year and a half and start changing the trajectory from downfall into at least carry itself. By year 3, it was making profit. We saved every single penny to do a down payment where our current location is, where I had 2 businesses. One is a tax preparation business from January to May, and the other one was Blackjack. So I was going back and forth, back and forth. It was just heavily taxing on myself and my family. So we had to come up with a solution, and that solution was, how can we organize our little saving that we have to purchase a building? So we purchased a drop-off from Goodwill for $145,000, and we came to Ppep. This is our home again, and asked for $150,000 construction investment. And instead of splitting from Stony and Fort Law to Broadway and Camino Seco, we were under one roof building, thanks to PMHDC, and to carry on Suite 101, 103. So my next door is my tax office, and then Suite 101 is Blackjack. And we worked tirelessly in the 2 years later to pay off the loan. But the original loan, the $75,000, I refused to pay that off because I want someone just like me to have an opportunity to get a loan. So I still make my 407 every month. When I see it, it gives me greater joy making that payment, because there would be someone like myself who will have access to capital, whether it's a $15,000, whether it's the $5,000, whether it's the $50,000, because I wanted to make a statement, not just to the organization, but to myself, because somebody gave me a hand and I need to give hand back. And then we continue to work hard, fiercely, and like many emotions run through me today, because I'm usually good at speaking, but this is home for me. This is when I started. And when I saw Mr. Sanchez right there, Dr. Arnold, you remember Cesar Chavez's son came here because of Mr. Sanchez made an arrangement. He spent with us like 3 days, the older son. And I always thought, I was like, how can Cesar Chavez work with Dolores Huerta and came up with this big vision of farm workers, all the images that you see here. And these are great individuals that provide food on our table, but we forget who's giving to us. And his mom worked for the U of A president, and he told us stories about his dad, how he was an avid reader. And he just, there are great giants are fallen, but their seat of work, such as Dr. Arnold, you know, Mr. Sanchez, and many others, that are opening doors for someone like myself. And what a great honor to be here. It just kind of touched me earlier that someone like that and someone like Dr. Arnold, Madam President, and a good doctor here, that they'll open the door for the next generation. And I happen to be part of that generation who's reaping the benefit. So fast forward, this past summer, our business is growing. Even in the middle of the pandemic, everybody sort of struggled, but our business just kind of took off at Blackjack. And we purchased the Big Brother, Big Sister in the heart of downtown. So we are coming to center of gravity of Tucson. So if it wasn't for PMHDC, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank the board, take this opportunity to take like people like Patty, Tamra, and Bob, and many others who work in that department, because their effort, their strength carry us forward. And hopefully we can give others a chance so they can start the American dream, is the ability to come in this country, you work hard, you follow the rules, and get on that the driver's seat and determination, and just carry on and carry on and carry on. And I'm super grateful for the opportunity, for Dr. Arnold to give me a call and ask me, and I told him, but it's in the middle of tax season. Even better, you need to do it. I was like, yes, sir. I could never say no to him, because in his dictionary, that word no is not there. Every other word is, but the word no for Dr. Arnold is not there. And to be mentored by him, and I worked here for 3 years. I felt like I worked here for 10 years because it was a good cause. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. And the resources that you guys are providing. Today we have over 15, 16 employees. We started with 3. If it wasn't for PMHTC, it would not have happened. So, bittersweet, thank you. Thank you. And then my door will always be open for this organization, because I am part of this organization. I start from this organization to do the community work. Although I'm excelling in business, I will never forget where I started from. And thank you.
Zeke and I have traveled. We traveled to Ethiopia and actually met with the president there. And as you know, or may know, in Ethiopia and Eritrea had a very terrible civil war. And it brought refugees to our door, and that was he was one of the people that we've helped. And we've helped, and Patty can tell you, we've helped quite a few refugees for their businesses, and they've been just really great for us. The next person is Maritza Tora. She works with Head Start and coordinates some of the nutrition in southeastern Arizona, but she's been all over television. You probably recognize her now. She has created a bilingual children's book, and it's another really great example of where a woman in entrepreneurship can take a business and make it really, really good. So we'll let Maritza talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you everyone, and good evening. I met Dr. Arnold back in 2021. I work for the Head Start program in early childhood education. However, I didn't know about Ppep and who Dr. Arnold was, so I joined one of his board meetings back in 2021. We chat a little bit, and then I share about my first bilingual book that went outside worldwide, and from there he introduced me to the whole building here in Ppep, and then he started mentioning, this is Maritza. She is a very famous bilingual book author, and I was just, getting that feeling like, oh my gosh, and then with everyone here in Ppep and his amazing staff, like, this is Maritza, and she's very famous, and that was my first book, and I was feeling just, very thankful for his words. Once I went to his office, I went inside, and everywhere I was walking, I saw Dr. Arnold was the famous one, right? Like, he had pictures with presidents, letters, artists all over the place. But as I started working with Ppep, he invited me in Phoenix to talk about bilingual education and about my book, and little by little I started working on my second book. And Dr. Arnold was always very helpful on when he will introduce me to someone in the education department in another county or in my county where I work in Santa Cruz County and Pima County. He will mention the same things. This is Maritza. She's a famous book author. And once my second book launched, my book hit worldwide bestseller. It went to 7 continents, and it was my second book talks about how important it's named Fire Heroes. How the families of firefighters wait for them to come back home safe. And then it talks about safety tips. My husband is a captain in Nogales Fire. So I was able to grab a lot of the stories, and I will chat to Dr. Arnold once in a while and say, I'm so close, I'm just writing, and I'm just showing my pictures to my illustrators. So once it hit outside to worldwide, it happened. And it was a bestseller for the end of December. And I always remember Dr. Arnold, mentioning on the background, like, this is Maritza. She is a very famous bilingual children's book author. And I mentioned this because I know that we always, at the beginning, when we're starting, we need that push for a community leader, that it's working with us side by side, or in our county, or in a different county, but it's always helping you with those words, like, you can do it. Si se pudo, si se puede, y si se podrá. And always in the back of my mind, I was thinking, he was leading me to become a bilingual children's book author where I can be a bestseller, just putting that grain, that help with other families, helping in bilingual educations, and then also providing work with not just education, but acknowledging the work on business, acknowledging the work on medical, in agriculture. And I am here very proud of the work that Dr. Arnold has done for Ppep all over worldwide, and I am very thankful for him walking in the back of my mind, and all those chats they will be, having, we will be having together, mentioning, like, we will help our communities everywhere we go. We're here to help each other. We're here to support each other as a community leaders. So I am now a bilingual children's book author with a best-selling book. I also work for Head Start in 4 different counties in the Health and Nutrition Department. And recently, I was the recipient for the Early Childhood Award of Excellence. And I want to thank Dr. Arnold and all the staff and all these programs that he has to back up community leaders in a small business like mine, to support and to walk with you, either in the back of your mind or, walking along, teaching you step by step, side by side. And I want to introduce a 2-minute video, if I can, from Cake on 9. They recently went over because they heard about my bilingual books, and they visited me at my ranch in Rio Rico, Arizona, because they wanted to know more about the books and about what I was doing there once a month, reading bilingual to the neighborhood and people from our community.
The 69th Annual Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, February 8th through 11th at the TCC.
Be sure to go to the Ron Mineral Show, by the way, it's on.
With hourly drawings and a grand prize on Sunday. We have something for everyone. Tickets available at the door.
Children, as we all know, they learn so fast. They're sponges.
Author Maritza Higuera was inspired by her own childhood to write bilingual children's books.
I was in school in Nogales, Mexico. So when I came to the United States, I didn't know the language. I didn't know English.
She learned English at 18 and became a teacher reading to kids.
When I will bring a book and read it, I notice like some of the children's little faces like trying to connect the words.
After seeing how many kids didn't understand English, she knew she had to do something.
I was always thinking, we need to have more bilingual books. We're around on southern Arizona, close to the borders, so we have to have more bilingual books for these children to start, picking up more of the English words.
Even though she does not teach anymore, she still reads to kids.
This is where Maritza Higuera reads her bilingual books to kids once a month to expand their knowledge on both Spanish and English.
And she says her books can help every child.
I would love for every children to get to know and to be exposed to a second language.
Higuera continues to read her books to children monthly to help expose them to both languages and teach them about the history she incorporates in her books. Reporting near Kai, Calabasas, and I-19, Brie Pacelli, KGUN 9.
Thank you, and Dr. Arnold, thank you for what you do, along with all your amazing thing, because I am a believer that si se puede, si se pudo, y si se podrá.
Well, by the way, if you see the TV camera here, this is We Love Nogales, and this meeting is being broadcast live into Santa Cruz County. And Maritza, do you want to introduce, I know who this person is, but you tell us about that little TV thing you have to.
I can take care of the camera while you go in. Are you sure? Yeah. And I'm sorry, yes, I forgot. So I was a little nervous. So We Love Nogales. It's Santa Cruz County Public Media. We're a nonprofit organization, and we have a channel called We Love Nogales. We're in Santa Cruz County. Our studio is in Morley Avenue, and we are here to cover positive news. We feel that this is our job as community leaders, as our community in Santa Cruz County, close to the border, to always talk about the great news that we have to offer in Santa Cruz County and all over the world. So we are broadcasting live right now through Facebook and to YouTube, but on your smart TVs, if you press download channels and then you pick We Love Nogales, it's in all the platforms. So it's an actual channel, and we are also on Spotify. And we are also that's our we are always here to support community leaders and all the good news that we have to share for our community all over the world. We get great views. We could get views from always from Quimiac County, from Nogales, from Mexico, but we have a lot of viewers also from Spain and from Canada. We think there's people that are connected to Santa Cruz County in Nogales or sometimes in Pima. So right now we are live, and we would love if you can support us by downloading the channel and then go over our studio in Morley Avenue and share with us what you do, and just to also connect with other community leaders, and also to engage our youth and to engage adults on working also on the same, like for positive news, for great work together, and for alliance and community. Thank you.
Maritza's group covered our chili cook-off this year and did the promotional work, and they do a lot of really, really good things there. So, who's from the microloan program that's going to introduce
adults on working also
She found the website.
I found the website. Thank you. Yes, I was looking for us over here. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Do we have any other the micro businesses that are going to speak tonight?
I believe Jorge may be on the Zoom from
Okay.
the San Luis office.
All right, San Luis office, you're on. That's San Luis Arizona.
Hello. Good night, everyone. I would like to meet some customers in Spanish. First,
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Diego Choa is owner of Dalek CO LLC, who has been in the dump truck industry for many years and was ready to follow in his father's footsteps by becoming an owner of this trucking company. PMHDC was introduced to Diego in 2020, and with the micro-loan program, we were able to assist the business with the purchase of a dump truck. Diego, can you speak something about?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm honored to be, talking to you guys tonight. I appreciate the opportunity. I just want to say thank you for, offering the opportunity to speak tonight. But I'm a little nervous. Sorry. That's just listening to you guys. That's been an eye-opening experience. But I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, for granting me the opportunity to start my business. Over the past couple of years, I mean, I've been, learning the ropes of the dump truck industry. And I mean, I can't share one accomplishment I just had about a week ago, where I was able to purchase a second dump truck, brand new dump truck actually. And I mean, that was an experience in itself. But thanks to all of you, the staff members, board members, everybody that's has backed up this program to fund these micro businesses, I was able to do that. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Diego. Thank you. Also, Gustavo Castro from owner from Overall Taco Distributor. Gustavo, I'm talking about you. It's an authentic Mexican food truck company who currently operates in Yuma, Arizona. Mr. Castro previously worked as a truck driver for 33 years and recently retired to devote his time to his small business. Gustavo Castro was recently introduced to PMHDC micro-loan program in 2023, where PMHDC was able to assist the business growth with the purchase of 2 new food trailers. Gustavo, si como tú te sientas more comfortable, como te sientas mejor, si lo quieres hacer en español o en English, no hay problema, Gustavo.
Ok, ¿sí me escucho?
Sí, adelante, Gustavo, ¿sí lo escuchan?
Sí.
You hear me?
Yes.
Hi, good night. My name is Gustavo Castro. I'm from San Luis, Mexico, and I'm in the business for 22 years in the food trucks. And I started my own business by myself. And both I worked for driving for 25 years, and then worked together. I know the program in 2010, and I will apply. And no moving, and the last year I go to the program again and talk to the Jorge, and he explained me the rules, the process, and everything, and I try and I apply for the benefit, and talk to Tamara and Patty and Tucson, and help me. And growing, I start for growing my business, and I'm very excited. And talk to George and Patty and Amara and Miguel, and the program is beautiful, and I recommend it. Come to the program for exact correct people. Thank you for all staff, the owner, the CEOs and everything, the all personnel. I'm very, very excited for that program. And now I have my third track, taco track. Y estoy contento porque pues va funcionando bien el programa. Me disculpo por mi inglés. Y pues le doy las gracias a todo el programa porque hacen bien para los negocios pequeños. Y les vuelvo a decir las gracias, les doy las gracias a todos. Y pues qué más les puedo decir, que sigamos adelante y los felicito a todos. Gracias.
Marta Bedoya, are you there? Marta. I would like to introduce two customers, but I guess they out.
Do you hear me?
Oh yes, Marta.
Okay. So I'm in the talking name of my mom. I'm Sheila. My mom is Marta Bedoy, and she's a small business owner. She's from Tortilleria Caleb. And we are thankful for the opportunity to be here tonight. Ppep has helped us in many ways, and this program was able to help her dream. My mom is an agricultural worker. She was an agricultural worker for over 30 years, and she finally got to get her own small business, so it's really impacted our lives. What else can we share? I think that's about it. The team has been amazing. The Mara, they're very supportive. I don't know what else to say.
Sí se podrá. Thank you very much.
Homemade style tortillas, flour tortillas, corn tortillas, oatmeal tortillas.
Oatmeal.
Yes. So we get creative here. Yes, we actually have shipped over to California, so I don't know where you're located, but probably.
Thank you.
You gotta do moringa, like they're doing in Mexico now. Moringa, tortillas, tostadas, everything. Moringa.
Oh, we actually heard of some, I don't know if it was moringa, but it was some kind of like seed. And we tried to get those seeds, but they were hard to find even in Mexico. So
We will get you
we're
some.
working on it.
We have 9 hectares in Ciudad Obregón. Plenty of seeds, we'll get you some.
Oh, okay, that works out.
Okay, Jorge, ¿qué más?
That's all. Thank you for. We really agradezco la participación de los clientes, de los customers. Gracias por a ellos que se acercaron y que nos tomaron tuvieron la iniciativa de ir a la oficina y siguieron todo el proceso y aguantaron todo el camino. Estamos muy contentos con nuestros clientes. Muchas gracias a todos.
Gracias, Jorge. Thank you.
Gracias.
Your line inspiration.
So, we're going to go on to just a couple of thoughts here. In 1985, the Ford Foundation approached us about becoming a micro-lender. In those days, there weren't very many, and there were no CDFIs. So what happened is that they gave us $500,000 to capitalize our loan fund. I flew down to Monterrey, Nuevo León, and looked at one of the microloan programs there. We imported the model into the United States. And then in 1999, there's a plaque on the wall. We were at the White House with Bill and Hillary Clinton and Secretary Rubin. And on the stage with us was Maria Jesus Gaxiola, a farm worker from San Luis, Arizona, a widow with 3 children. And she'd been a farm worker. She went through our job training program, got a $500 loan, and now she's made over several million dollars. And she was on the stage with 75 TV cameras all around the West Wing and the White House. And there they were looking at Maria Jesus Gaxiola. Didn't speak English, but Bill Clinton found a way to communicate with her, and she was honored. And so this is what it's all about, giving the very small opportunities. Women, men, youth, an opportunity. See, when on a program, you have to be turned down by a bank in order to get a loan. So actually what you're doing is creating an opportunity. As Hillary Clinton said, most of the dreams of these people die in the parking lots of banks. We are the ones that make sure that the parking lot is full. And so thank you very much. Thank you. We have $40 million that we put out in the street over the years. And then at that same moment at the White House, it was announced that Project Ppep, or micro business, would become the first community development finance institute in the United States, which meant we were actually a 4-people bank, just like Wells Fargo or Chase Bank, and we were the #1. And so that was a very great tribute, and I remember sitting next to one of the Kennedys, but the room was full of people, and come to honor these small people, the great people were there. And so thank you, all the staff and the PMHCC board for all the hard work that's been done on this. Is a great program. Seeds, you heard a few of the testimonials tonight. There's many more. So we're going to go on from there, and I believe what do we have?
Next on the agenda are the awards.
Wow, that's a little bit of break in action there. Okay, we do want to induct into a Hall of Fame a very special person, actually a neighbor of mine in Patagonia. We are very proud being Santa Cruz County people. Ppep was organized in Nogales on December 10th, 1969, in the old firehouse, and that's where we were actually incorporated. So Santa Cruz County is our roots, and it gives me great pleasure tonight to call on Randy Heiss. Now, Randy has been with a program called SEGO. It's not a program. I remember being in a car with Governor Jack Williams, and we drove up to a building down in Bisbee, and he said, I want to show you something new. And there was SEGO was born. And now the director just retired, and he has had a lifetime of service helping rural people. This organization is about improving rural life, and I can't think of anybody that's had more effect. SEGO is over every mayor, every city councilor, from Graham, Greeley, Cochise, Santa Cruz. So what can I say? I can't think of a great leader, and we're trying to get more, working with our housing group and technically with our boards, and he's just so wonderful and talented. We hope that in his retirement he will have a little bit of time for us, but we'll let him relax for a while. I'm sure he should do that. His wife liked yes. So anyway, we're going to call on Randy and his wife to come up, and I think we'll go up this way. And try to Ginger, or no, So Randy, thank you so much for everything you've done for the rural people. Blessing. And the better half. Yeah, there's always thunder behind the thrones. The throne's right there. Okay. So we have an award here. I think you're gonna like this one because it'll remind you still have a job to do in the world. Okay? And whatever it is, it's going to be good. So we wanted to present this to you. Renee is our president, Kurt is our president here. I want to thank you so much for the service you did for those 4 counties. Housing, the water cooperatives, all of the work that infrastructure those counties and those cities do, this man was in charge of all of that. So we're really very pleased to do that. So let's give Randy a big hand and whatever you'd like to say.
Well, I'm truly honored. I'm not a very good award getter because I always find myself asking, why me? What have I done that's so wonderful? When I look at what this organization has done, and what each of you, even you members of the board who are just providing direction and guidance, but the people, the boots on the ground, the people who are on the ground doing the work. So I was just a facilitator of that in my work at CEDO. I was just making sure that people had what they needed to be successful, or they were comfortable in the job that they were doing. And sometimes I kind of liken it to a bus driver. You know, you let the people off of the bus that don't really belong on the bus anymore, and they find their way out of the bus, and then you let other people onto the bus who are excited and invigorated about what they do. And so for me, it's always been about making a difference, doing something meaningful. I think it was Sir Grenfell that said, real joy comes not from ease or riches or praises of man, but from doing something worthwhile. And that is what you people do. I was just a person making sure there was the gas in the tank. Are we on the right road? Do we need to take a detour here? You know, those sorts of analogies to the work that I was doing. And so the award is really, I'm really super honored that you would think of me, but the award is for you the people who are doing the good work. So thank you so much. And also one more thing, I wouldn't be able to do it without my wife. She tolerates me when I'm in a bad mood. And now she doesn't have so much bad mood because I'm no longer under the day-to-day pressures. And I saw something that was really cool the other day, and I might even look to see if I can find a different one. It's a retired person's clock, and it says Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we tend to lose track. So I might even change that out. But it's a beautiful award. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sí.
Well, now we have a special award for a very special person. I think that Mr. Gaeva actually started out with a very good introduction to this great man, over say, and I'm not sure exactly where we met, but we sure traveled a lot together. We went to visit and look for old cemeteries from the Teal Nation in Mexico. We were all kinds of meetings everywhere, and but Verlin is a very, very special person because his heart is there with the people. And so I did want to just say just a few words that it's an honor, as Mr. Yaeva said, Verlin, he spoke our words to you, and your people that are here with you tonight that accompany you here, they're welcome. They're also our brothers and sisters. And remembering as the prayer tonight that Mr. Yaeva made us know that there were people here many, many generations before other people came. And we need to respect those lands. We need to respect the people that are there, and certainly respect the leaders. And I can't think of a greater leader than for the Teal Nation. And I've known all of the, had the opportunity to work with all of the folks in the past. But the Teal Nation is truly blessed by having Verlin Jose. He's going to lead them to great things. I know that. And we've pledged ourselves, the Forest Board, Ppep Board, any way that he needs our assistance we're there for him. So Berlin, we'd like you to come up, and you'll also get a clock, so. So this is really good for your desk, if you ever do. And we also did something with one of the books there. Let me get this for you too. We did an honorary cover of our report for you, and I don't know if you noticed the hallway when you come in. Your picture's there. We have a whole section for you, like our guardian angel here. So, Berlin, brother, thank you so much for everything. And you get to say something.
Well, I thought he was going to say, we got you a clock so you won't be late. Almost late. I'm usually not lost for words, but I kind of am. But I'd like to ask Vice Chairwoman Carla Johnson to come up here, and Angelina Lewis, and Janae, they would come up and join me. Because, you know, some of the best years of my life serving people was working for PARS and Ppep. That was to volunteer and drive many miles in the night and in the back roads during the pandemic with the cartels and everything else, and loaded with food and medical equipment, and you know, I do it all over again. I walk with the cane because in October of 2020, we were trying to lift a hospital bed over the border, and it slipped and it fell on my foot. And I kept walking, and I kept walking, and I'm a diabetic, and so I didn't take care of it, and it got infected. And so I went to the hospital, and then they told me to come in Tucson, and they were gonna have surgery the next day. Told the surgeon, "Don't you dare cut my foot off. Whatever you do, don't cut my foot off." And he said, I told him, "I like to dance." I told him, "I need my foot, man." I said, "Don't cut it off, man, whatever you do." Well, a couple surgeries and a whole year I've not been able to walk. I'm able to walk again. The strength and the energy that I get is not from me, but it's from the people. You've heard me say this here, that this is the blessing, that most blessing I've ever received was to work for this organization. Right now, in the next chapter in my life, I thought I was done in politics. But the vice chair, I reached out to the vice chair because the people called upon me. And I had to think about it. And so I asked him to join me tonight because just like this organization, if you heard the testimonies and everything, somebody helped somebody do something, even if it was words of encouragement. And I can tell you right now that this is part of the team that I work with right now, and it's not about me. It's about them, and it's about everybody else. The vice chairwoman here, I asked her to run with me, and she tried to say no. But I think me too, like Dr. Arnold, I don't know that word, there's no word for no. I kept asking her until she said okay. And soon, she'll be the first vice chairwoman of the Tohono Nation. 36,000 members, 2,000 in Mexico, 2.8 million acres of land. The vice chairwoman, which will soon, if I let her, get her doctorate degree in business administration. Angelina here, Angelina is our chief administrative officer. She's the one who has the whole nation on her shoulders. She's the one that takes care of everything when we're not around, when we're out traveling, going to business meetings and whatnot. And under her work directors and 1,500 employees. And Janae right here, is she works for the tribe as well, but she's assigned to the executive office from time to time and travels with me all over the place and takes care of me and makes sure I get to where I need to. If she's carrying 5 bags and we're rushing down the airport trying to get to our plane, or whatever it is that we need to do, or she's driving me across country in the middle of the night, she's there and helps me get to where I need to get to. I'm not as quick as I used to be, but I can move mountains because I got a great team behind me. Just like I did when I had Ppep and Forrest behind me. We were able to move mountains. We were able to move a lot of medical equipment and food to people that needed it. We couldn't do it alone without the support of each and every one of you, without the support of the staff that work in this building and those that work in the warehouse. It's because of those people that were able to do these things. I am a bit sad that I can't do this work anymore. I mean, I still do. Every now and then I call up and ask them when somebody asks me for something. I'll try to get them something. It's not beneath me to answer a phone. It's not beneath me to drive all night to get somebody what they need because somebody did it for me. All the medical equipment that I needed after I got out of the hospital was supposed to come from my insurance. Well, they wouldn't let me go until I had the medical equipment. So I called up Iris. Hey Iris, I need a wheelchair. I need a walker. I need all these things. And she said, it's here for you. And so I sent somebody up to get that. The next day I was let go of the hospital. 3 or 4 weeks later, the UPS truck comes. We have a wheelchair for you. I said, I don't need it. I got PSMA. They're the ones who delivered my medical equipment. So I know they're still doing great things. I just wanted to share with you my team here, part of my team here. I couldn't do what I do without them. And in our administration, when we decided to run, there was a line that we came up with. With the womb, with the bite, skook. Translates to, together we are stronger. We must work together. We don't see borders. We don't see differences. We don't see color. We don't see race, color, or creed. We see people. We see beautiful spirits and beautiful souls that we serve. We just came back, Janae and I just came back from Mexico, spending 3 days over there, talking to them about things that are affecting our communities in the rural area. For those that don't have a voice, this organization and all the organizations beneath it are the voice of those people. And those voices come back just as you heard tonight. So keep on doing what you need to do. Keep on doing the organizational structure that you have here. Make sure you keep that driver of that bus healthy. He's a lot more healthy. I travel with him, yeah. He wake up in the middle of the morning, he's up there ready to go. And he is the driver of the bus. And he let me on that bus for several years. And then I got off and I went to get on the bus with the Toronto Arts Nation. And I'll be there till 4 years if they don't let me go any sooner. In my book, player is not an option. And I know that book of Ppep and all its affiliate entities, player is not an option. Joseph Zimhoy, God bless each and every one of you. And I too, it's hard for me to receive any gifts because it's not me. But I receive this on behalf of all the people that we serve, no matter where they're at, and all the people that we're going to continue to serve. God bless each and every one of you.
Before you leave, I have a confession to make. Remember and Miss Johnson also, remember those t-shirts you gave me all rolled up?
Yeah.
So when I was packing my bag to Tanzania, I said, I'm going to take these. It's just a little too big for me. So when I got over there, I found there was a king called King Taro. And he lives above the clouds. And I found out why. We took a Jeep up. The Jeep stopped. We took a motorbike up. I thought I was going to die, but we got to the top. And I had to give him a gift. And I gave him 2 of your t-shirts. So,
So I guess our campaign reached Tanzania, right?
And we have another gift. Wait a minute, the Tohono, the Pasquayaki tribe, Mr. Chico, you know the one for
Yeah.
Pasqua?
Oh, with the necklace from the Pasquayaki.
The Farms Board tonight passed a resolution to request an audience with the Tohono Automation where we could present the services of Project Ppep, like we did, remember, down in San Miguel, sometime at convenience, maybe when the district people are meeting, so that we can interface and continue to support the TO Nation, and whether it be the medical supplies or whether the micro business and things like that. So, yeah, that looks great. So you'll be getting a letter for that.
In our team, we believe in building bridges, not walls. Be happy to entertain you.
We have plenty of walls down there already.
We do not have a human wall on the 62 miles of international border on the Tohono O'odham Nation, and we will not have a wall there.
God bless you. Well, now we're gonna have some fun. Well, we have a couple of things going on here. Those of you here last time, remember Miss Universe? She won twice now. Since January, she won another Miss Universe, United States, Mexico. And that is our own Melody. And Melody is an ambassador to our schools. She'll be going tomorrow to Somerton and to San Luis. And she was in Casa Grande today. She's been to all of our schools. And I'd asked her to give a little bit of impression of some of the work that she's been doing with the young people. And Melody's your turn.
Hello everyone. Thank you. So many inspiring people here tonight. I'm honored to be here. Thank you, first of all, for your attention and for all of you guys to be here tonight. I've been in a few board meetings, and it's always so amazing to hear the different stories and be delighted by how different life can be for others, but as well how inspiring. So my name is Melody Murguia, and I am Miss Mexico USA 2023. I am the first Miss Mexico USA coming from the Miss World organization. Last time you guys met me, I was Mexicana Universal USA, which came with the Miss Universe organization. Both are very big platforms on the beauty pageant world, the most worldwide known pageants. So hopefully we're gonna get there, being Mexico. And I feel, when I share my story, I always make like a sharp point on my duality where I live and both sides belonging to me, which is Mexico and the United States. I represent the Mexican community here in the United States, all of those hard workers, all of those peoples and families who have come here looking for new opportunities and inspire and create a better generation for their futures. So when I come into becoming a beauty pageant queen, I start to understand how important it is to give back to your community and to understand that at the end of the day, life is too short and you don't leave this world with all the money you have or the house or the cars, but you leave this world leaving your mark behind, your legacy, what you have given to people, what have you made felt to those people, you know? So when I come into the schools and I met Dr. Arnold a few months ago, he invited me over to have these visits to the schools and meet the students from all different parts of Arizona. And they all have their different personalities and, you know, different characters that you get to meet along the way. But every time I go into those meetings, I cannot ever think about anything other than, wow, this is the future. And just to think about what it's gonna happen in 10 years and that they're gonna be leading on and all of the different changes that they're gonna have. It also resonates with me how Dr. Arnold has created this powerful movement and a powerful family here. Every time I've come, I've met somebody new, I see a new face, and I get to experience a different part of the world. And when I say that, it's because I've met people from Africa, from Spain, from call it whatever, Mexico, here, from everywhere. And that's how I get to know a little bit of the world, being where I'm at. Sharing my cultures, sharing my language even, or my food, anything you can call it, my roots with anyone else that also has that very impregnated in their souls. And sharing and being proud of where they come from, it's inspiring. And it also motivates me to not only keep this going with my friends or my family, but if I ever get to have a family, nowadays families that are here or in other parts of the United States, and speaking as a Mexican person, sometimes parents don't want to teach the Spanish they don't want to teach the Spanish to their kids because they think, oh, because you are here in the United States, they don't speak Spanish. But no, that's so wrong. And today here I see more than anything, and besides the education and all the helping part, I see culture. I see so many roots. I see so many beautiful faces and families here that have walked a long way to get to where they are. I feel like I'm part of the family as well now, because I've been with Doctor for a little while now. I don't consider myself that I've met him for a long time, but so far we've worked very hard on giving this message to the students of being proud of where they come from, being proud of who they are, and with those things that they have in them to make the world better. Sometimes kids want to be maybe a singer, maybe a teacher, or they want to be an engineer, or they want to just, play video games all day. But for everything, there's something. The sun shines for everybody. So if you're trying to do something, do it with a passion. Love what you're doing, and trust that the more you keep getting better at it, the more progress and the more you practice the things that you want to do, you will get to where you want to be, to wherever your goal is. If your goal is to become the most known singer in the world, you can be it. But just understand that there's a process you have to go through. There's small stages, there's record labels, there's a bunch of things that you have to go through in order to get to the top. So my message for the kids is that, to enjoy these years that they have, where they can be learning every single day from teachers, from students, from the people that it's around them, and to take value on being present. Understand that we only have one life, and every single day you can make something better. You can add something more to somebody's life or to your own life. And when I come here speaking as Mexicana Universal or as Miss Mexico USA, I don't only come as those titles. I come as Melody. I come as Melody Murguia, which is my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and everybody has helped me get into where I'm at today, which is also Dr. Arnold, who has been part of my journey, my director, Francisco Adame, who couldn't be here today. Unfortunately, he's in Phoenix, but we've worked here last time at the anniversary meeting, and we got to experience another of these events. So being here and getting this new view of what it's gonna come ahead for Ppep, it's exciting. And to all of those who have been welcomed into the organization, and for those who have worked here for a few years, I want to say thank you so much for all the work that you do, and keep pushing, keep doing it from the heart. And thank you so much. If you guys have any questions or comments, I can respond. If not, thank you for listening, and I am very, very happy to be here with you guys today. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we have another very important person to entertain for us. Actually, both Yoselin and Melody are from Nacosari, a very small town in Mexico. The reason I think they relate so well to our students is because she's a graduate of Sunnyside High School. I'm out from Nacosari out here. So when she goes and talks to our kids, I'm one of you. I had to go across that border. I had to go to that school. And so I think that's why. And she's going to be going tomorrow, driving 4 hours early in the morning, and go to 2 of our high schools, one in South and one in San Luis. And then on Wednesday, when we dedicate the building, we're going to have Yoselin. And Yoselin is a pop singer from Mexico, and she does Hollywood recordings, and so I'm being with her. Thank you very much.
to these meetings. The last time I had so much fun and I get to like meet a lot of people. So I just want to say that this is one of my first times that I've been talking to like people, like to a crowd. Cause I'm a little shy, but I'm starting to get over it, and I just want to say that it's really inspiring for me. All these people that is like doing a community work for the Latino community, for all the, not just this community, for the whole world. Literally, it's gonna change the world, the lives of everybody, the youth, the children, for everybody. So I really appreciate that you guys gave me this opportunity, and I hope you guys like it. I do what I love, and it's singing, and DJ play that beat. Espero que les guste. Es una canción que se llama Dos veces. Está claro que ahora sí te vas a ir, y está bien si tú lo decidiste así. Yo prefiero sufrir un par de meses tu partida, a vivir aferrada a tu amor toda la vida. Y una cosa quiero que tú estés consciente: si me alejo de tu vida es para siempre. Yo no puedo obligarte que tú por mí suspires, y a pedir que me quieras, porque eso no se pide. Cuando yo te besaba, como nadie en este mundo me entregaba, y está claro que mi amor no lo mereces, y con mi mala suerte me está doliendo perderte. Es mejor que te vayas, porque no se le hace daño a quien te ama. Y si quieres de una vez desapareces, y un amor como el mío, te lo juro en esta vida, no te llegará dos veces. Cuando yo te besaba, como a nadie en este mundo me entregaba, y está claro que mi amor no lo mereces, y con mi mala suerte me está doliendo perderte. Es mejor que te vayas, porque no se le hace daño a quien te ama. Y si quieres de una vez desapareces, y un amor como el mío, te lo juro en esta vida, no te llegará dos veces. Gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you so much. If you guys want to follow me on my social medias, it's Jocelyn Artista Oficial. Whatever you guys want to follow. Thank you.
He's so young again.
You are young, no worries.
Thank you so much for that lovely song.
You're welcome.
Go sing.
We'll go watch it, right? I only got a couple more things, and then we'll go home. Not we're not just like anything about So Barbara, you're playing along. We have two things in here. We have an introduction as to what our budget actually looks like and how it functions. And Barbara's going to tell us about that, and then the budget. So.
stats of capitalization policy. We're requesting a change from a threshold of $2,500 to $5,000. And we've had the $2,500 threshold capitalization in place for about 15 years. And based on the economy nowadays and just the way we have to capitalize and do all the capitalizing equipment, it makes more sense for an organization our size to leave it at $5,000 at this point, which is kind of in line with the purchasing that we're doing and everything that goes into our fixed assets portfolio. So this is a change that we're requesting to go from $2,500 to $5,000. In addition, we're going to, and we're already doing this, if we're doing a major remodeling on a building, for instance, instead of capitalizing each small piece of it, like maybe just the air conditioners and the different parts of the flooring and things like that, we're going to combine them as one total project amount and capitalize that over a period of 20 years, which is kind of more the industry standard here. So just kind of keeping up with everyone that is doing the same thing in all types of organizations. So that is one thing that we're requesting a change tonight. And that will require.
Okay, we need to vote on that?
Yes.
Okay, are there any questions on the capitalization policy? If not, we will accept Barbara's recommendation. Do I have a motion to accept the fixed asset capitalization policy?
Madam Chair, Paul Diaz, so moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, has been moved and second. All those in favor of the new capitalization policy signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it, motion carries.
Okay, thank you. The second piece that I'm going to present to you for approval is our annual operating budget for 23-24. I'm just going to preface this by saying that there is a statement in your book where I kind of talk about our annual agency operations budget and how we put that together on an annual basis. Because each budget period is kind of fluid, when we create the budget, it's at a specific point in time, known by what we have information at the time. So the grants that we have in place, the information that we have, our revenue streams, we take that all information together at that point, and that's what creates the budget. Now, as soon as I get this printed, it changes. It seems like we get a new grant or one that we had in place is going to end. So it's always fluctuating. So we're calling it a point-in-time budget. It's not fixed other than the restricted budgets. And we do have a pretty good stream of unrestricted dollars, which were acquired without donor restrictions that we use under management approval. It's appropriate for legal purposes to do the things in the agency that basically support all the activities we talked about today. We do have specific restricted budgets like the DOL grants, the HEP grants, the title grants. Those are all specific purpose program budgets, and those are just, that we have to do the deliverables on. But basically we operate under unrestricted dollars, and those fluctuate also from time to time. And so when we do that, we're looking at a combination of those types of budgets, what we want to do for the year, and how we're going to accomplish those goals without, making sure that we obligate funds for buildings, constructions, those types of things that we want to do for humanitarian efforts, for instance, to make sure that we still come up with a healthy bottom line every year. And so when we put this budget together for 23-24, it really is very similar to the year before. It's about a $600,000 difference. The major difference here is that we no longer have the behavioral health program that went away last year. And kind of to make up that gap, we did have a significant increase in our charter school revenue, went from 8.4 million to 9.3, so that was a big growth this year. We had a big growth in enrollment, as the board members are aware. So when you put all these differences together, we're kind of staying the same line, but you can see within the programs how there's changes within. So you can see that in the book how we have that done. So other than that, by the time I have printed this out, the budget has changed 3 or 4 times. And so we kind of keep going on a monthly basis. We analyze the costs and revenues and make plans to continue going forward.
Barbara, I think you put together a very good statement here.
Thank you.
So this is a good summary explaining our budget, you know, because it's not a stationary, it changes throughout the year because of money coming in and going out. So does anybody have any questions of Barbara on the current budget, the way it is? If not, I will accept the motion to approve the budget as it is right now.
Madam Chair, Paul Diaz, I so move.
Do I have a second? I need a second on this motion. Maria, are you available? Do you have any questions on the budget?
No, I do not, and I seconded the motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Barbara.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, if no further questions on this budget, it has been moved in second. All those in favor of accepting this budget as it is, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, the next item on the agenda is our, okay, we have, Jake, would you like to talk about this vehicle operation requirement and guidelines that we're,
Sure.
okay?
Thank you, Madam President. This is something we reviewed with our insurance carrier as well as with our agency attorneys to make sure we upgrade our policies and procedures as the laws of Arizona has changed, and we're just coming up to the times to make sure the language of our policies meet with the laws of Arizona, to make sure they're in accordance with the current laws and also policy procedures with our insurance policies. This goes for anyone who drives Ppep vehicles and also anyone who drives their own personal vehicles during Ppep time. So this is according, basically we were just changing the language and taking the shall and should out, you must, and a policy procedure change in the policy. So it's basically changing some verbiage in the policy that was already in existence.
And if you know anything about Arizona legislature, they're always sneaking in, changing the verbiage on the laws and stuff. So we really have to keep up with it. Okay, Jay.
Any questions or comments or anything about the updating of our motor vehicle policies and procedures company-wide?
If not, I'll accept the motion to accept this resolution. There are no questions on it.
Madam Chair, I move the acceptance of the report.
Okay, thank you.
Paul Diaz, second.
All right, has been moved in second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda is our strategic plan. Dr. Arnold, would you like to explain our strategic plan?
We're gonna do this rather quickly because this is one that in 2015, we put together a roadmap of where we wanted our organization to go and how to get there. And so in 2020, it's expired and we didn't do anything for 2 or 3 years, and now we're taking it where we ended and we're building on it. It's also like our budget is very flexible and we meet periodically to update it, but the one that you have in your packet there is the strategic plan for 2024 to 2030. And it is flexible and it is something that we will use as a guide. When we did this in 2015 with board members, staff, partners, everybody, we put this together. And we found that it was done in such a way that it was flexible and we could build on it. So where it is today is actually a complement to what work that was done in 2015. So we wanted just to present that so that we can update it, get another platform to where we will take it to the next level. So we do need to just approve where it is now, and that's what you have in your packet.
Okay, do we have any questions on the strategic plan? Okay, if not, I will accept the motion that we accept the current strategic plan for 2024 through 2030.
I move the acceptance of, Madam Chair.
Do I have a second?
Paul Diaz, second.
Okay, has been moved in second. All those in favor of the strategic plan signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, we have,
Madam Chair, I might make a comment. I was appreciate the effort that all staff put into our reports and of course the devotion to their duties. But with the strategic plan, I am really appreciative of the way it was laid out and the fact that they gave us visual colors. Certainly makes what is normally a non-attractive document very attractive. Thank you.
thank you. Okay, now, we've gone through everything on the agenda. Would any of the board members like to have a comment before we adjourn? Oh, I'm sorry, we have an organizational chart, I forgot.
Well, anyway, this is in your,
Part of your strategic plan.
yes, in the booklet there. Basically, not much has changed, but we get these periodically updated and approved. So when we put these into grant proposals, we'll be able to, we had this updated and approved, in this case, with 11, 28, 23, and this one would be 1, 29, 24. So if you take a look at that, it's basically just where we have a board of directors, which is Constitution, says they hire a CEO, CEO's job to hire people to carry out the policies and work. And each of these little boxes are different components. You've heard from Margaret tonight, that's COO. You've heard from Jake, you've heard from the others. So they're all part of the team that you were talking about a little bit earlier. So we'd like to get this updated by just having a vote and certify it as a, once again, snapshot in time as to where we're at. So that's what that's about.
Okay, are there any questions on the organizational chart? Do we have any questions on that?
Aye.
Okay. If not, I will accept the motion that we accept the organizational chart as it is written.
Madam Chair, I so moved.
Need to have a second? On the
I'll second it, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Has been moved and second. All those in favor of the organizational chart signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, we have one other motion carried. We have one other order of business. We have a certificate of corporate resolution. Jake, would you like to explain that corporate resolution to us?
Sure, this corporate resolution allows for the board to give Dr. Arnold the signatory authority to sign off on any deeds, or if we sell any properties, trust, mortgage, trustee accounts, or anything like that. This just basically gives Dr. Arnold the signatory authority to do it on the board's behalf.
Okay. Any questions on this corporate resolution? If not, I'll accept the motion to accept this corporate resolution.
Madam Chair, Paul Diaz, I so moved.
You have a second?
Maria Chavez, I'll second that.
Thank you, Mrs. Chavez. Has been moved and second. All those in favor of the corporate resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, again, we've come to the end of our agenda. I would like to open it up to any board members who might want to have a comment or about their community or share information with us. If not,
Madam
Yes.
President,
yes.
Madam President, this is Wayne calling, and I just wanted to circle back when I happened to be driving, I was on River Road, and we were talking about Mr. Greer, and I know that people said that they didn't want anything to say anything else, but I did want to express how much of a loss Keith Greer is going to be to this community. He was a great advocate for students. He's forgotten more about education than I probably have ever learned. And I've probably known Keith for about 13 years. I met him when I first started with Ppep, working as a consultant, and he came out of retirement for the third time to work with us. And he was really, really happy working with us. I was really happy working with him again. And it was a real shock. And he is very, very much going to be missed. So I just wanted to circle back and be able to have that opportunity to comment on that.
Well, we want to thank you for those comments on Mr. Greer. I mean, he will be missed, and it was such a shock. The holidays have been very sad. We've lost Mr. Greer, and we lost Hector. So, you know, we're still trying to recuperate from that. And I know the students in Casa Grande have really suffered a great loss, and he will be missed. And
Yes.
right. So we want to make sure we remember Mr. Hector Sanchez and Keith Greer. You know, we just want people at PEP to know, whenever we lose somebody, it is a great loss to us. You know, it's not just something that we just look over and it's gone. We remember those people: Ralph Romero, Hector Sanchez, Keith Greer. Would anybody else like anything else to say before we adjourn the meeting? This is the time we usually ask Hector to adjourn the meeting, but we only just need one motion to adjourn the meeting. We don't
Madam
need
Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, I do want to some comments about Mr. Gear that I have. I did receive 6 calls from various members of the community in Pinal County in and around Casa Grande, one from the Board of Supervisors, the mayor's office, a couple of people from the schools, 2 from the communities, and expressing their sorrow at his passing, at their loss. Like they said, it's a loss to the whole community, to the whole valley. And I thanked them on behalf of the board, and I told them that, of course, our loss is tremendous. The students' loss is tremendous. And I wanted to share that with the board. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have a final word from Dr. Arnold.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We generally try to do it in 2 hours. We actually did it in 2 hours and 17 minutes, but we had it was a good night tonight. And thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you, the young people, for what they did, the music, the awards. It was a great time. Our visitors from LULAC, our visitors from the different African countries. We have all of you folks here that we know well from FHC, and so thank you, everybody, again. And Brandy, thank you for what you do. And you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Naya
Thank
says
you.
hi.
Meeting adjourned.
The RBTC as well.